Please remember that all the opinions in the show are those of the host and should only be taken as food for thought. We're in no way telling you to do anything. Everything is kept anonymous for the safety of the listeners and no information is shared to anyone else. If you are easily offended by people's opinions or views, then thank you for making it this far, but this is not the podcast for you, so see you later. And please enjoy the rest of the show. It's lucky for you, Jamie, you can't speak because I'm going to be here a while. Good afternoon. I found you on TikTok today. Some of your shorts are funny as fuck. Thank you very much. Hopefully you're listening to the full show now. I have a crazy story for you guys. I have a pretty generic name. There is many people with the same name as me, although my middle name is Lindsay, so that is quite unusual. The reason I'm telling you this is last year I was absolutely hounded down on Facebook by hundreds of messages of abuse for getting a girl pregnant on a one-night stand. And because I said I don't know what she's talking about, I got my face put all over Facebook and Instagram. Her brother threatened to track me down. My fiance left me at the time. I lost my job because of the time I took off because of the stress. I've never met this girl in my life. I ended up going to meet her and her mum, and the girl couldn't remember the night too much, and thought I was definitely the guy that she was with. She even remembers making jokes about my middle name, and I was in the same nightclub in the town on the same night I got smashed that night and questioned my own memory. So, me being the walkover, I supported the girl through the pregnancy and we were planning on co-parenting. She met my mum and dad and my family and it was all cordial. Once the kid was born, we got a DNA test and like an episode of Jerry Springer, I was not the father. But get this, more shit comes from this. We had a massive bust up and I blocked her on everything. In hindsight, I should have done this to start with. I got some abuse from randoms for a few months after blocking her and ended up changing my number and setting up all my socials to private. Speed forward 2 months ago, I got a DM on Facebook. It was from the guy with the same name as me, middle name Lindsay. Same name, same town, same nightclub. He slept with the fucking girl and had just found out he was the dad by running into her in the local B&M. He recognized her and said, "Do you remember me?" to her, and she then told me all of what had happened. I wouldn't have believed this if it didn't happen to me myself, guys. Almost 2 years later, now my life has just turned upside down, and I have some advice for your listeners. Don't drink and dive. Block and delete. Peace. What a poor fucking guy, man. Like, what a bitch as well. She can't even remember if it was him or not, but she's going to let everyone on Facebook.
She don't remember his face, but she remembers his name.
Yeah.
Profusely.
What a load of shit. Who's to say that she didn't take the piss out of his name and then fuck off and fuck someone else? Why has it got to be him?
Exactly. Yeah, like I don't know how drunk I've been. I've been very drunk in the past. Very, very drunk in the past. I don't think I've ever been drunk enough to wake up and think, I don't know if I've slept with that person or not.
No, I haven't been that far either.
But maybe it is possible. I don't know. But to go through that's your life fucking literally turned upside down.
But we were talking about that the other week, weren't we? Like I said about that woman that was taken hostage and no one believed her and they fucking sent her death threats on Facebook and stuff. It's like, where'd you get the audacity to do something like that?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like the front some people have as well, like just to jump on the bandwagon, and you don't know the ins and outs. Them hundreds of people that were like hounding him down, they didn't know the ins and outs of the story.
No,
not every one of them would be close to that girl, but they would have seen like a Facebook post and just came after him.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we live in a brilliant world with social media and stuff, but at the same time, we live in a really flawed world. and some people's lives thrive only from social media. And it goes to show what it could do to normal people.
Yeah, because he was the most people would tell her to fuck off, but he's the one that's like, oh, okay, I'll take the responsibility,
Mm.
and like, it's fair play to him. He's manned up, and he was like, I'll do what I can.
And what's so sad for him as well is, even though he was thrown into it in such an awful way, he would have started to get excited at the thought of being a dad.
Mm.
Obviously, it's a relief as well that he wasn't, but he's like helped that girl. God knows if his parents or he have been paying for things through the pregnancy and all of that, and you end up not being the father in the end. That could fuck you up, man.
Can you imagine like he's standing there holding the kid in the hospital, and they come in
He's
and like, you're not the
Chinese or something.
no, and they're like, oh, you're not the dad, and he just like mic drops the baby, and he's like, I'm out, and it goes boom. He just like walks off. Like, there's some emotional damage. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, no. So hopefully that because I'm like that. Like I always question myself, and I've got very much. He says he's a pushover. Hopefully, this has shown you that you should stick to your guns, and that
Yeah.
you were the right one.
I'm pretty sure nowadays as well you can get DNA tests before the actual kid's born.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. So I think it's more expensive, obviously, but I would fucking do that, man. Because I tell you what, there's plenty of times Jamie could have been a dad over these years, and I possibly could be a dad. I don't know about it, but there would definitely be some proceedings going on if a girl approached me.
I always think about that. It's like, imagine like you're 55 or something like that. There's a knock on your door,
Like a
and I'll be like,
20-year-old.
yeah, and I'll be like, DNA test, DNA test,
Mm-hmm.
just shouting it in his or her face. You'll be like, I am your son, DNA test.
I'd be like, who's your mother?
I'll just like grab a bit of their hair and rip it out and be like, come back in a week. I'll see you later. I mean, spit on this. Thanks for the email. We really appreciate it. It's a good story for the listeners to hear. And like I said, we're sorry you went through that, man. Like, to be fair, she's a bit of a bitch. And hopefully she's struggling right now. No, I'm joking. That's right.
Thing is, you can't like, you don't know whether she just got wrapped up in the whirlwind of everyone's bullshit, or whether she initiated all of that Facebook stuff. Do you?
No.
But either way, I feel bad for that guy.
Yeah, he was the one that definitely came out worse than her.
100%. He was he was conducting his life normally before that.
Yeah. So hopefully you're doing better now, man. You'll meet someone and you'll have a kid that's actually yours, and all will be good.